Hi, Marteen Santerre here from Soul Being, and today I am speaking with Colin Cook from Peak Recovery and Health Center. Colin, welcome.
Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
Colin is a triathlete coach, and he owns a wellness center that's in Nashua, New Hampshire, which is right next door to Massachusetts. And Colin, you offer some really unique therapies at your center. Can you tell us about some of those?
I sure can, yeah. Well, not everybody's heard of it. I'm going to start with whole body cryotherapy because that's actually probably the most popular of the ones that we have. But what that is basically it's a chamber that you go into that leverages nitrogen to shoot super cold air into the environment that ultimately will make the blood recirculate inside your body and can help reduce inflammation and really help with aches and pains, and certainly from performance perspective can improve recovery and things like that, and can really help people to feel better and so forth.
Wonderful. And how cold does that cryotherapy chamber get?
So our chamber goes down to negative 230 degrees.
So how long are people actually in the chamber without freezing to death? Obviously, that's not the goal for your clients.
So it's a maximum of 3 minutes. So
Okay.
we go in for full 3 minutes. I will say that I can't tell you how many people are intimidated by that, and they hear negative 230 degrees, and they're like, "No, I have no interest in that."
Yeah.
And they get out and they say, "Wow, that wasn't nearly as cold and wasn't as bad as I thought it was."
Okay. All right, great. And so, like you said, that reduces inflammation. Does it give like immediate pain relief for some people, or?
So what it does is it activates both adrenaline and endorphins. So endorphins can naturally help our bodies heal, and then the adrenaline can kind of give us a boost and increase energy and so forth. So it's definitely something that when you get out, you feel some instant gratification from. But then it's really over the next 4 to 5 hours that your blood all recirculates again, and then you really get the full benefit.
Wonderful. That's super cool. And how much does a session like that cost for cryotherapy for those that are brave enough to try it?
Yeah. So the retail is $59 for a single session. We do $40 for a first time, but then we have a bunch of different, 5-packs, 10-packs, and memberships as well. We can get that price down quite a bit as well.
Okay, wonderful. Very cool. So then what other types of unique recovery therapies do you have there at your center?
Sure. So the next one I'm going to go with here is called the Photobiomodulation chamber. So what that does looks a lot like a tanning bed.
Okay.
What it does, it leverages LED lights to penetrate through your skin to get down to the cellular level. And if you're familiar with ATP or adenosine triphosphate, when it comes to the mitochondria and things like that inside our cells, what it can ultimately do is if we have cells that aren't performing properly, or they've, are underperforming over time and have some inefficiencies, it can basically give them a facelift and rejuvenate them to help them perform either as well as, if not better than they were before. Also, yeah, it's really neat. It also can help with oxidative stress and then free radicals. We hear a lot about that when it comes to cancer and things like that. It can actually eliminate both oxidative stress and free radicals inside your body.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Really help with long-term, longevity and helping your body stay healthy.
Yeah. Isn't oxidative stress one of the things that actually cause aging?
Correct. Yep.
Great. So you can be younger by doing this treatment. Cool. So then what other thing? You have float therapy as well and infrared sauna. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about those too.
So the float pod or the sensory deprivation tank. So what that is basically it's about a foot of water with almost 1,000 pounds of Epsom salt in it. So it makes the water extremely buoyant. All right.
Yeah.
So what you do is you go in there and you literally, so it has a lid, and we close the lid if you're comfortable with it. And you can have lights on in if they want, or you can turn them off. Also, same thing with music. I like to go in with meditative music, but to each their own on that. And you literally just go in there and float for 60 minutes.
Wonderful. And what does that do for you, that floating?
So first and foremost, in this technology-driven world that we live in, is it actually gives our body, and our mind an hour to itself, and not
break. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. some people are say, oh, I could never do that. And I actually go right back at them. I say, you're probably the person who needs it most then, if that's the
Correct.
case, right? But
Correct.
it's really, so the Epsom salt's really good for your body, and that can really help with your skin and things like that, and help with recovery and reducing inflammation. But it's more for your mind and helping to reduce stress and anxiety, but also rheumatoid arthritis. We actually had a gal came in the next day. She emailed me and she said, you literally just changed my life. I've never felt this good in years, with help from her arthritis. And fibromyalgia is another big one that can really help with. So it can really have a lot of big impact in many different ways.
Excellent. Excellent. Yeah. And then the infrared sauna.
Yeah, so the infrared sauna, again, is going down to the cellular level and helping to detox your cells. So I like to say it's pretty much all the benefits of going outside and taking in the sun, minus or I guess if you don't get a tan out of it. So if people look at the tan, they'll miss that piece of it compared to going outside. Without all the harmful impact and things that the burning and so forth of what the rays can do for us. So again, getting down to that cellular level and helping to detox your cells can really help to excrete and get rid of those things that may not need to be in there, and very good for your skin as well.
Wonderful. So Colin, you have an interesting personal journey that's brought you to this work, to research and, bring to life all these different therapies that can help people with recovery and inflammation and pain relief and things like that. Can you tell us a little bit about your story?
Sure. So I played hockey collegiately. So I've kind of always been an athlete, but I actually really got into these things because I was partying a little bit more or a lot more than I should have. And, my life really wasn't headed in the direction that I wanted to. Yeah. And so I literally intoxicated one night. At about 3 a.m, I told all my buddies that I'm going to run the Boston Marathon this year. And
yeah, man, sure. Yeah.
Right. And, I did that. And later kind of the next thing I decided to tackle was triathlons. And since then, I'm now a 12-time Ironman finisher. I've done the one in the World Championships in Hawaii 4 times, and continuing to do that. And, I like to say I like waking up a little bit sore a lot better than hungover.
Yeah, that is a good life practice. I think if more people could do that, we would be better off as a society. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
So lastly, just with obviously these really interesting therapies that you're working with, and coming from a person who was intoxicated to being a 4-time Ironman finisher in the World Champions, that's amazing. What's been your biggest, either learning or epiphany or revelation or anything you had through doing this type of work with people that you can share with us?
I think it's just, hopefully helping the environment, the world, to realize that, we don't have to go necessarily to pills and all kinds of different things like that to get treatment for kind of, pain and illness and things like that. There's a lot of ways that we can help our bodies to naturally, heal themselves. And, both, I don't want to go too far into the pharmaceuticals and different things like that, sure. But I think that there's a lot better way. And I just say it's been, we're a new business. We've only been around for a few months, but it's been tremendously rewarding to see the benefit and things that we're providing to people in a much more natural way. And, really striving to continue to help the community that way.
That's wonderful. Awesome. Well, Colin, thank you so much for your time today. Colin Cook from Peak Recovery and Health Center. Thanks, Colin. Have a great day.
Thank you.